Hey you. Yes, you. Do you know what a group of mathematicians that used to work for Hitler during the Second World War were called? Fibonacci's.
Your life is nothing. You serve zero purpose. You should kill yourself now.
I'm going to hell, ain't I? Okay, so Yuri Dalmatin, just like Primož Trubar, was part of the Reformation period. And what he did was that he was the first one to translate the Bible into Slovenian language. And why that was so important was because not many countries actually had the Bible in their native language accessible at the time. And majority of the Slovenian population at the time was still farmers. Industrial revolution was still about 300 years away. So majority of people didn't even know how to read Slovenian, never mind any other language. So to have Bible accessible in their own mother tongue was quite important deal. You know, Bible, quite a big deal, apparently. I don't know. And he was a student of Adam Bohoric, who was also part of the Reformation period, and he wrote the first Slovenian grammar book called Zimske Urice, The Winter Hours. And they actually went together to Germany to print those books. I've been dreading this one for a long time. Ivan Cankar, along with Dragutin Kete, Oton Pančić and Alexander Mura, was a part of the New Romanticism era at the end of the 19th and the beginning of the 20th century. Some of his most famous works include My Life, a collection of short autobiographical stories, and a book that's been torturing 10-year-olds around this country for around 100 years now. And also works such as On the Hill and Chlapsi, which I will call she because I don't know how to translate Chlapsi in the English language. Chlapsi is actually pretty interesting because it's about how the teachers around the country, you know, teachers were kind of a more respected profession back in the day, changed their political stance as soon as the new party took over the government at the beginning of 20th century. And Cankar basically wrote this part, self-abuse is what I choose. And Cankar basically wrote this work like a couple of days after the election in Sarajevo, Bosnia. Or at the time, what the fuck was it even at the time? So yeah, Cankar, pretty big deal. And the last one that I will touch upon for this episode is Fran Saleški Finžgar, whose work has quite an interesting story behind it. See, also around the earlier part of the 20th century, he wrote a book called Under the Free Sun, which was a book about some of the first ideas of the Slovenian nation and how it began. And it was quite an important book for the longest of time. It was really well represented within the Slovenian school system. It was also the part of the Matura, which are sort of the final exams within our high schools. And then it just disappeared. No one talks about it anymore. It's not that well represented within our school system anymore. People simply decided that the language is too hard and the book isn't interesting enough for the students to read it, and so it fell off. And now, despite it being one of the most important books of our nation, no one really talks about it anymore. Quite sad.